Hi.
I wanted to hold this up because this is the cover. I don't know if you've seen this. This is the cover of the New York Times Magazine with Tyra on the cover. It's one of my very favorite covers of all time, even on stories I haven't worked on. So I just wanted to show it because it's so great. And since today is the Obamathon, we're celebrating in some large and small measure Obama's anniversary of 100 days, 103 days. I thought we would start this with kind of a coup for your show, which is when you had Obama on the show.
Yes.
How early in the campaign was that? When did you book him?
I don't know. It might have been a year before Election Day or so. And I'd say the Obama mania was just starting. He had a couple of guards with him, but it wasn't like, of course, toward the end of the campaign, what he needed. But my crew was like beyond excited, and I have to say it was the most nervous I have ever been for an interview. My body was physically shaking. There was a vibration that was so surreal for me that I had, the possible president of the United States sitting on my stage, and I even told him, I think we edited it out, because I looked a little amateur. I was like, feel my hand, I'm shaking. And then after the interview, it was an hour-long interview. It was the very first interview that I ever did where we didn't do commercial breaks.
Wow.
We did a whole straight hour through, because we didn't, want me to lose my momentum, and he had to get somewhere, and if I said, okay, we'll be right back, and these people says, no, he has to go. So no breaks at all, and the most nervous ever I've been. And after I went into my control room with my director and the executive producers, and I have a very nervous stomach, which we talked about when you interviewed me, and I had to take like my Lanta, and my stomach was burning. Yeah.
When you were growing up, it must have been either, because you were always tall, it must have been either go out for sports or become a model.
I was on the team of every sports team there could possibly be in elementary school. I was on the baseball team, I was on the volleyball team, I was on the soccer team. I was on every team, but I was on the bench. Because I was tall, so the coaches were like, oh, that's great, but awkward as hell.
Really?
Like, I don't know what it was. I was so awkward. I remember one time the coach put me in volleyball. I sprained my arm. I had to have like a semi kind of cast. It was like once you can take on and off cast. With baseball, there were 10 members of us on that team, and I was the 10th on the bench. And with basketball, the coach would put me in for the what do you call that?
Free throws.
No, not the free throw. No. Tip off. Yes, I heard a guy say tip off.
Because you were tall.
Because I was tall, and I could do that tip off, and then he'd go,
goodbye.
Come on, Banks. Yeah. So thank gosh for some modeling. I could use the height for something.
So how did you become A, so graceful, and B, why did you decide to go into modeling? What was the? There was someone in school, right, who came up to you? And
I think the awkwardness was just being 5'8" and I don't know, 12 years old, 13 years old, and bones just weren't ready, and the feet were already a size 9, and it just was, just took a while to come together. And I remember people used to stare at me all the time, but not like, oh, she looks like some exotic model. No, it was like, she's odd. My face has actually morphed. Like, I used to look kind of like an antelope in Africa, where the eyes are on either side of the face. It's true. My eyes were very far apart. I mean, they still are, but like with makeup and stuff, where there's tricks. We'll get into that a little later. To make things look different. But so people used to kind of stare. I was also 98 pounds and 5'9".
Wow.
When I was like 13 years old. I lost all this weight, was getting taller and taller. My brother, you guys saw my brother. My brother used to make me peanut butter and chocolate shakes after school to try to help me gain weight. Nothing helped. But one day, the first day of school in the 9th grade, this girl came up to me. Her name is Kefri Riley. And she was a beautiful girl, and she was like, you look like you should be a model. Anybody tell you model? You model? And I was like, what? People stare at me, but not for that. And she kind of took me under her wing and taught me everything. And she started modeling I think later in the 9th grade. She started kind of early. And then I started in the 11th grade when I was 15.
So when you went to Paris.
Went to Paris, very prepared, yes.
But you went to Paris without your mom. You went by yourself.
Yes, I went
at
without
17.
my mom. Yes.
Which is
17 years old. I graduated a year, I wouldn't say a year early, I started school early, so I graduated at 17. So we kind of connected it to as if I got accepted to the University of Paris or the Sorbonne or something like that, or Oxford, or, you know, just going abroad for college, except I was working as a model.
And weren't you terrified?
I was so terrified, but I never wanted to show my mother and my father that I was terrified. And they took me to the airport, and they couldn't go past a certain area in the international section.
Yeah.
Back then, you could take your family to the gate.
Right.
Back in the day.
Right.
But in the international section, you couldn't. So they left me at the security checkpoint, and I was like, "Bye, Daddy. Bye, Mommy." And then I turned away from them, and I was like. And I'm doing this the whole time, like waving like this, but they couldn't tell. I was like so scared, and I remember I was, my seat was at the very back of the plane near the bathrooms.
Oh my God.
So 11 hours of smelling, you know what, the whole
Oh my
time.
God.
And it was near the smoking section, because back then there was some smoking on airplanes too.
Oh my God.
Times have changed. Gosh, I'm dating myself.
And now when you do top model, do you think what I'm putting you through is nothing compared to what I went through, or do you?
I think the girls have it so easy. I mean, in the top model's apartment, I mean, there's these gorgeous apartments that we come up with every year, what theme it's going to be, and it's so posh, and cars are taking them everywhere. They do have the pressure of competition and elimination every week.
But so do you when you're modeling.
When you're modeling, yes, in a way,
Yeah,
figuratively,
sure.
the elimination,
Sure.
most definitely. But it's a lot more posh for them.
Initially, when you pitched the show, nobody thought it would work, though.
Yeah, no, not really. No. I had a lot of people tell me that this wasn't going to work, that models are unsympathetic characters. Actually, it's my agent, not my agent. Nancy Josephson is my agent now. She's at Endeavor, which is now WME. WME Entertainment or whatever.
No, yeah, William M. WME Entertainment.
Yes. But no, not Nancy. Nancy's fantastic.
They merged with William Morris.
Yes, they did.
Yes.
My agent before that, he told me models are unsympathetic characters. Nobody wants to see this. And I was tired of him telling me no. This might have been like the third idea that I had. And I'm like, what other ideas did I tell him that he said no to me, that I listened? I could have like more shows and no weekends ever. But so finally I was tired of him saying no, and I took it to a friend of mine that's a writer, and he connected me to Ken Mock at his agency, and I sold it without my agent.
Ah.
Yes, but my agent still got commission because I was still with my agent, but my agent didn't even know I was going to networks.
Wow.
Didn't
And everybody
know.
took a meeting with you, I'm sure.
Everybody took a meeting, yes.
Yeah.
And we pitched it like I stood up because I knew who I wanted my cast to be. I walked and acted like Miss J, Honey Cabbage. I know you don't. I did the whole thing for all of the networks. I sure did. I acted out everybody.
They must have loved it.
They loved it. Not everybody bought it, but they loved it.
And now you have another show on TV, which is sort of Inner Beauty.
Yes.
Which I didn't actually see, so I can't speak knowledgeably about.
True
I'm
Beauty.
sorry to say.
Yeah.
True
Well,
Beauty, which you have with Ashton Kutcher.
Yeah, Ashton Kutcher and I are doing this project together. And a lot of people are like, why are you and Ashton Kutcher doing this project together? How did that happen? First of all, True Beauty is a show where there are these very vain contestants, and they think that we are judging them on their outer beauty, but really they're getting eliminated week to week because they're ugly on the inside.
And this is your second series. You already had it once, so you're doing it again.
Oh, no, just one.
Just one.
Because it's that kind of show where it's a big secret, and then it's like Joe
Right.
Millionaire, it's out, so.
Now everyone knows.
Yeah.
You can never do it again.
Yeah.
You'll have to reinvent.
Yes.
So you must have at least 20 other things that you're thinking of.
Of course, Lynn. I have to like pull myself back. I have definitely focused. I'm looking at a couple of things right now. Now we're looking at feature films.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
That's great.
Looking at feature films right now, actually, and publishing books, possibly a book series that will go into feature film.
And I know that they've wanted to do your biography again. No? I had heard that after the story came out, people were approaching you.
Oh,
about doing-
yes.
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 Okay.
They wanted to do that again. They
Yes.
do. They
Yes.
actually do.
Yes.
Yes. I don't
Okay.
want to do that, though. I think I'm too young for that.
I do too.
Yeah.
I do too.
It's like, what? And then the end is like, and then I did Top Model and I have a talk show and I'm doing some more shows, the end.
Oh, well, but for some
No.
people that would be pretty great. I don't know. That's a pretty
I think you need
impressive.
to be like Barbara Walters' age and talk about all the crazy stuff.
Yes. All the men.
All the men.